What if I told you that the most important decision for your blood pressure happens before the sun fully rises? That before 7 a.m., you hold a natural key, not in a pill bottle, but in the simplest, most overlooked herbs nature has ever given us. You see, blood pressure doesn't spike randomly. It's tied to your body's natural rhythm, your stress hormones, and your blood vessel tone, all of which are at their most influential in the early morning. And that's why this window is everything. Now imagine starting your day, not with sugar, not with caffeine overload, but with 3 ancient herbs, so simple they might be growing in your garden right now, that science confirms can relax your arteries, balance your stress response, and clean up your bloodstream like a gentle internal sweep. First, think about how the morning works inside your body. Cortisol, the stress hormone, naturally rises, preparing you to face the day. That's normal, but for many it also means narrowing blood vessels and pushing your pressure higher. This is why heart attacks and strokes happen more often in the morning hours. But when you introduce certain herbs before 7 a.m., you change the game. You intercept that spike. You calm the vessels before they constrict. You give your heart a head start. Herb number 1 is garlic, not just for flavor, but because it contains allicin, a compound that tells your arteries to relax. Research in the blood pressure solution highlights how garlic can rival some prescription meds without the side effects. Herb number 2 is hibiscus, often enjoyed as a tart tea. It works like a natural ACE inhibitor, gently slowing down the hormone that raises blood pressure. And herb number 3, ginger, improves circulation, thins the blood naturally, and fights inflammation. Together, they're a morning shield for your heart. The secret isn't just the herbs, it's the timing. Take them before 7 a.m. when your body's hormonal tide is shifting. Do this daily, and you're not just lowering today's pressure, you're retraining your system, signaling your blood vessels and heart to live in a state of calm. And here's the part that should motivate you. Medication often manages the numbers, but lifestyle, done right, can remove the cause. Herbs work with your body, not against it. They nourish, they balance, they rebuild. The earlier you start in the day, the more lasting the effect. So tomorrow morning, before the rush, before the noise, remember this. You don't have to wait for a diagnosis to protect your heart. 3 herbs, a few minutes before 7 a.m. That's it. Do it consistently, and you're not just avoiding high blood pressure. You're choosing freedom every single morning. If you want, I can also make you a shorter, punchier, 1 to 2 minute motivational version of this speech in Dr. Berg's rapid, captivating style. Would you like me to do that next? What most people don't realize is that your morning hours, especially those first 2 hours after you wake, are like a hidden control panel for your blood pressure. This is the time when your body is shifting gears from rest to activity, when your hormones are making powerful adjustments, and when your heart and blood vessels are the most sensitive to what you do or don't do. Before 7 a.m., your body is naturally more reactive. Your cortisol is on the rise, adrenaline is starting to circulate, and your blood vessels are in a state of transition. If you feed your body the wrong signals now, like rushing, skipping hydration, or eating processed food, you're telling it to tighten, constrict, and prepare for a stressful day. But if you feed it the right signals, nutrients that relax the arteries, minerals that balance the nervous system, and herbs that gently modulate stress, you can completely redirect that outcome. You can stop the spike before it even happens. This is why that early morning window is so powerful, because you're influencing the entire hormonal chain reaction for the rest of your day. It's like setting the tone on a piece of music. The first notes determine the whole song. And when you choose the right actions in those early hours, you're not just lowering your blood pressure temporarily, you're creating a long-term shift towards stability and health. Those 3 herbs are not just old remedies from tradition. They're proven tools your body recognizes and responds to almost instantly. Garlic, hibiscus, and ginger each work in a unique way, but when taken together, especially before the rush of your day, they form a complete support system for your cardiovascular health. Garlic helps your blood vessels open up, reducing resistance so your heart doesn't have to work as hard. Hibiscus steps in like a gentle regulator, preventing your blood pressure from being driven up by overactive hormones. Ginger enhances circulation, making sure oxygen and nutrients flow freely while inflammation stays low. Think of it like preparing your body for a calm, steady morning drive instead of a frantic, high-speed chase. The best part? These herbs don't just mask symptoms. They work with your body's own systems to restore balance from within. And when you take them consistently before 7 a.m., you're syncing their benefits with your body's most influential hours, giving you a natural advantage that medication alone can't provide. In the early morning, your body experiences what scientists call the cortisol awakening response. This is a natural rise in stress hormones designed to prepare you for the day ahead. It sharpens your alertness and mobilizes energy, but it also has a downside. It can narrow your blood vessels and raise your blood pressure. For someone already prone to hypertension, this built-in mechanism can quietly push numbers into a dangerous range without any symptoms. The key is not to fight against your body's natural rhythm, but to guide it. When you take the right actions before 7 a.m., you can smooth out that hormonal spike. Herbs like garlic, hibiscus, and ginger act almost like natural buffers, telling your arteries to relax and your body to stay in a balanced state. It's not about shutting down cortisol entirely, you still need it to function, but about making sure it doesn't become your enemy. By aligning with your body's own clock and giving it the right input at the right time, you create a steady foundation that keeps your blood pressure from surging in those vulnerable morning hours. Long before modern medicine began prescribing pills for blood pressure, ancient cultures already understood the power of plants to heal and protect the heart. In Ayurvedic texts, traditional Chinese medicine, and even in herbal practices passed down through Mediterranean families, garlic, hibiscus, and ginger were considered daily tonics for circulation and vitality. What's remarkable is how modern science has validated these traditions. Studies published in respected medical journals now confirm what healers knew for centuries, that these herbs can lower systolic and diastolic pressure, improve arterial flexibility, and reduce the strain on the heart. The synergy between ancient wisdom and contemporary research is not just fascinating, it's empowering. It tells us that nature has already equipped us with safe, effective tools, and that the human body responds best to what it recognizes from its evolutionary history. By combining this time-tested knowledge with today's understanding of the body's early morning hormonal shifts, we have a blueprint that is both traditional and cutting-edge, a way to not just manage high blood pressure, but to help prevent it altogether. Your morning routine is more than just a set of habits. It's a signal to your entire cardiovascular system about how the rest of your day will unfold. If you wake up and immediately flood your body with sugar, processed carbs, or caffeine overload, you're telling your arteries to brace for stress, inflammation, and imbalance. But if you start the day with hydration, mineral-rich foods, and the right herbs, you're sending a completely different message. One of calm, balance, and openness in your blood vessels. The first hours after waking are like a domino effect. The way you set them in motion will influence your heart rate, vessel tension, and blood flow for the next 12 to 16 hours. Adding garlic, hibiscus, and ginger to your morning before 7 a.m. becomes more than just a healthy choice. It's a reset button that tells your body, we are not in danger, we are safe, we are stable. Over time, that repeated signal rewires your stress response, trains your arteries to stay more relaxed, and significantly reduces the risk of dangerous spikes in blood pressure during the day. Consistency is where the real transformation happens. Taking these herbs once in a while might give you a short-term benefit, but your body thrives on patterns. It learns from repetition. When you make garlic, hibiscus, and ginger a part of your daily pre-7 a.m. routine, you're not just influencing today's numbers, you're teaching your cardiovascular system a new normal. Over weeks and months, your arteries become more elastic, your circulation improves, and your hormonal peaks smooth out. This isn't about chasing quick fixes or waiting for a problem to get worse before acting. It's about building a habit so deeply ingrained that it becomes as natural as brushing your teeth. And the payoff is huge. Stable blood pressure without dependence on medication, a calmer start to every day, and a stronger heart for the long term. In the quiet hours before the world wakes up, you have the power to shape your health for decades to come. 3 herbs, 1 choice, every morning before 7 a.m., and the rest of your life changes.